Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jonathan Quinteros. I'm a Salvadorian-American, born in 1999 here in the United States. I'm a first generation. My mom and my dad are both Salvadorian born, and they came to the United States around 96 time, I believe, maybe a year before. And we're starting.
Todos están sentados mirando hacia nosotros. Somos de las primeras personas en el mundo en entrar en el CECOT. No sé, impactante. Ha anochecido ya y en estos momentos, así comenzando la noche, por supuesto estamos entrando en el CECOT, la nueva cárcel de El Salvador, la nueva cárcel de Nayib Bukele. Bueno, aquí es donde van a estar destinados todos los pandilleros, están siendo todos los traslados, ya van más de 12.000 pandilleros dentro de la cárcel.
12,000 gang members in the prison currently. And I think I read there were 60,000 maybe in total. I wonder where the prison is.
Ahora sí que sí estamos a punto de entrar al penitenciario. Estamos en las puertas del CECOT. ¿Qué es el CECOT? El centro de confinamiento del terrorismo. Llevamos unos días en El Salvador grabando testimonio, recorriendo barrios, conociendo sobre cómo era la vida antes con las pandillas, estas zonas que ni se podía entrar.
Yeah, my parents would tell me a lot about how bad it was, and it was one of the reasons why we didn't go visit for like 12 years. At least me. They didn't want me to go. It's one of the reasons.
12.000 pandilleros hay aquí. Aquí no hay nada que no sean pandilleros. Es la cárcel para los pandilleros. Va a haber hasta 40.000 por lo menos. Así que vamos a conocer.
Wow, it can hold 40,000. That's crazy. It's a lot of people. It's a whole stadium full.
Cómo se maneja todo dentro, y hasta donde podamos mostrar es que vais a ver también. Así que vamos allá.
Pandilleros, a los que los tenemos sin colchonetas, durmiendo en el suelo, hacinados, con 2 tiempos de comida.
They eat 2 meals a day.
Y en condiciones que estoy seguro que ninguno de los pandilleros que están afuera quieren ir a tener adentro. Y es importante que sepan que si se tratan de pasar de vivos, vamos a bajar de 2 tiempos a 0 tiempos de comida. Y vamos a ver cuánto tiempo dura.
No han defendido los derechos humanos de la gente honrada. Generalmente defienden.
So I'm pausing really quick because I do got some thoughts on this. I think it's fascinating when you read a lot of history that going without meals is pretty normal for a human being, because it's hard to find food, or it was in the past, because you usually have to kill and like strategize just to find food. So, going without meals, I think nowadays is seen pretty cruel. But even in a lot of religions, it's like a normal thing to fast for days. So I don't know how many days they would go without a meal. But to these gang members, it probably feels terrible, especially in the conditions they're in. If you have like some knowledge and perspective, you'll get through it. And I know a lot of these people don't have that information, so it's not like that, but I don't know, it's just a perspective.
Internacional o de las ONGs incluso está enfocado en los derechos de los delincuentes que tienen derechos.
I wonder who that guy behind the president is, because like in the White House, that would be like Washington. So is that like their Washington, the founder of their nation? Is that El Salvador, the savior? I'm just wondering, you know.
Tristemente controlaban las cárceles, es decir, eso fue uno de los mayores errores. Ahí ellos controlaban la cárcel totalmente, qué entraba, qué salía, Incluso los abogados que los iban a visitar eran los que llevaban las famosas huilas, que era la comunicación interna de las pandillas. En la estructura.
This is my first time trying Black Rifle coffee too. I like it.
En toda la estructura del poder del Estado, ahí estaban ellos.
Los gobiernos anteriores permitieron que el aspiracional de muchas generaciones de niños, niñas y jóvenes fuera ser pandillero.
Could have been me, man. I think if I was born there, I'm of that age. Even today, I'm looking for a mentor, someone to guide me.
Es que perdamos más.
Someone to look up to. Yeah, that's the reason I'm making this video, mainly, is because I could have easily just a little shift in my context. My parents maybe didn't come to El Salvador when they did, and I stayed over there. My dad's from San Salvador, the capital, I believe, and my mom's from Chalatenango. Depending where they chose, I could have been influenced. That would have been my environment, and maybe I'd be in that prison now. But I'm not today, and that's a perspective that I want to share with you guys.
Ustedes van a poder documentar cuál es el procedimiento de ingreso al Centro de Confinamiento del Terrorismo. Voy a explicar cómo funciona el uso de toda la tecnología para poder asegurarnos que nadie va a ingresar un objeto ilícito.
I have so much information in my head now because of like everything that I read throughout history and what I listen to, the people I listen to today that are very smart, the videos that are done so well, like on YouTube and other platforms. I just can't imagine not having that information and then being in this prison without that information. It's such a different person that would be in there, but it could still be me. And they got my blood. Some of them probably look like me. That's the thing I wanna see too, is if there's like a resemblance. I have long hair. I know they cut their hair in there. So if I was bald, I'm sure I'd look like them too. But I got no tattoos. And they got tattoos. It's such a juxtaposition. I think that's what this video is about, that I'm making here.
Juntos en El Salvador, tú ya habías estado hace un año, ya has estado en cárceles de El Salvador, pero no en esta.
No, el año pasado estuvimos en la cárcel que es de Izalco y también en una que se conoce como...
I also love being physical. I love, like I said, I love practicing technique and athleticism. So that doesn't really scare me when it comes to like suffering physically. At least now it doesn't.
Operativos justamente con los militares y con la policía. Estuvimos en unas de las zonas de las que estuvimos incluso ahora de visita, en la Campanera, una de ellas, en Soyapango, en varias comunidades de ahí, y era la atención muy distinta.
Ya estaba diciendo cuando entrábamos, esta cárcel, este penitenciario es completamente...
It's crazy, this video came out 4 days ago and it's the first time they're seeing it from the inside, like completely secured and everything. Very interesting. They got women guards as well. I think that's a very interesting point too. Nothing bad with it.
Pero también haciendo uso de un equipo de rayos X de última generación, el cual nos permite a nosotros poder detectar qué es lo que el interno trae.
I was thinking when I saw this X-ray too, I know there's like things to block out the radiation. There's like a cover, I believe, that you could like just block out that, and it would probably show up as like a black object in the X-ray, so that probably wouldn't work either, but it's interesting knowing what technology is out there.
Acá nos permite a nosotros poder identificar de manera precisa.
Not that I'm trying to break in or nothing, obviously.
El sistema de información penitenciaria capta a través de la web.
If you don't get my sense of humor, I'm sorry.
El terrorismo cuenta con una entrada principal única, el cual lo manejamos nosotros con una esclusa vehicular.
This guy talking right now too has a very powerful presence. He definitely seems like he knows what he's talking about, and he carries himself with confidence. It's very cool to see.
la rigurosidad de los protocolos de seguridad.
He's a great guy
También
too.
la parte tecnológica nos ayuda muchísimo porque tenemos cámaras de alta definición que nos permiten hacer captura inmediata de las placas o de las matrículas de los vehículos que ingresan acá.
Another thought I had, I probably won't pause it, I'll probably just give my commentary over the video. But another thought I had is when they showed the guard uniform, they said that you put it on like in 40 seconds or like 2 minutes. I don't know, we'll see right now because it's coming up. But man, it would be cool to have that uniform. Like, if you could buy that uniform, it would just be like a cool thing to have as protection in case anything ever went down. That's what I was thinking, especially with the conflict and tension here in the U.S.
Esta otra parte de armamento es la escopeta calibre 12.
I'm sure you could buy it somewhere, or there's like an equivalent here in the U.S.
Bala de goma es la que comúnmente nosotros utilizamos para cualquier actividad.
And then I was thinking, what's the difference between rubber shells and its damage versus normal shells? Like obviously normal shells kill probably quicker, but do rubber shells like explode in the body, and how bad is its impact? Probably just as bad, I would assume.
Actividad que va a realizar el interno.
En donde estamos en estos momentos, como ya nos venían explicando, es donde los guardias, las propias autoridades del penal pueden encontrar todo lo necesario para defenderse y operar ellos mismos en situación de amotinamiento, ¿no? Por eso vemos escudos antidisturbio, propias protecciones.
Mutiny is very possible in prison.
Todo el cuerpo. Se os comentaba que al final es práctica, pero bueno, se ha dado, o sea, hay quien...
In prison break, oh, okay, 40
en
seconds.
40 segundos.
They can put it on in 40 seconds, and look how cool it looks too. Like I kind of just want that just for the aesthetics. Maybe like have a statue or a mannequin with that on as like a, not a decoration, but just to have it ready and have it look cool in your house would be really dope. I want it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Sí.
The color is dope too. Looks like the people in John Wick who were fully geared up.
Este centro penal consta de 8 módulos.
Armor is crazy nowadays. It used to be chainmail and shit. It used to be like padding, whatever you could make it out of in the beginning of human conflict.
Diría que es 100% imposible que un preso escape de aquí dentro.
Es imposible.
It's 100% impossible because no one's done it yet. I bet that's where they get that number from. And it probably is.
Son una casta de asesinos seriales, no son ciudadanos.
Look, man, I can easily imagine myself in their position. And it's trippy. It's a juxtaposition that I'm grateful, that makes me grateful to be where I am today. Even though I'm not in a good spot, financially at the very least, or yeah, mainly financially, like it's terrible. It's definitely better than being in this prison.
Os recuerdo, 100% de los presos en esta celda son pandilleros. El protocolo es sencillo, seguir la línea amarilla, no acercarnos demasiado a estos barrotes, a estas celdas, pero ya estamos en el punto clave.
And then it's nighttime right now, and everyone's up, everyone's like standing or sitting, everyone's looking with their full attention at this camera and at this man. And it's fascinating, man. I swear I look like some of these people, and some of these people look like my cousins, but with tattoos, you know? It's crazy that this is like the history of my people in current times. But it's also like a spectacularly good thing that the president's done, as the people see it, you know? I suppose I see it that way too.
Están las camas, literas de 4 alturas, y todos están sentados mirando hacia nosotros.
Yeah, everyone's attention at you is kind of eerie. It's like you're about to go into a match, you know? All eyes on you. But what else are you gonna even look at, you know? There's probably nothing to do.
Esto es todo racionado, digamos, por las autoridades.
This guy too, the main guy of this channel, is a great speaker. He's really good. really impresses me. So when I look at these people, I think their physical traits could probably like be really similar to me. Like their hairlines is what I just thought right now. Like their cheekbones, their eyebrows. Like I got those traits, you know, those are Salvadorian traits. I'm just as skinny as them. A lot of them are probably around the age of 25, I would think. 30 maybe. For sure younger too, you know? But that's my age range, which is crazy. I swear I probably look like that if you shave off my hair. Which is another juxtaposition that I have long hair. And it's like the opposite of these people who are like clean, bald, not bald, but clean shaven. I feel like this part I would like if I were in jail right now, just because I like the physical activity. But I know the consensus usually is, fuck, they're making us do this. I don't want to do this. There's not much effort into it. I would put effort though. They all got masks on too, which is really interesting. Because it covers their face. But maybe it's also like a biohazard.
Antes no ocurría así. Había cárceles de una pandilla y cárceles de otra pandilla. Nunca estaban juntas, ni en la calle ni en la cárcel. Los líderes, que están ya prácticamente todos, si no todos encarcelados, también los líderes de las pandillas, hicieron ese acuerdo de no matarse en la cárcel.
Yeah, a gang agreement to not kill each other in the prisons is crazy.
Hubo una distinción, se dividieron en dos. En estos momentos han quitado la camiseta de todos los presos de esta celda. Pues vamos a ver sobre todo sus identificativos, sus tatuajes.
Yeah, they're shirtless. So I wanted to give you guys a comparison of them shirtless and me shirtless. I feel like maybe collarbone is like a really Salvadorian trait or something, because I know I got that and they got it too. But I got no tattoos. So you'll see the juxtaposition of me and them, which is also a trip.
El peor veneno que nos metieron como país, porque ellos entraban y salían del sistema. Y fuimos entendiendo y documentando todo ese universo de tatuaje y su significado. 20 años de estudio y tú puedes ver cualquier tatuaje.
Yeah, this part's fascinating. It's getting to know your enemy, and they know him in detail. And hear what this man says too. He says it so powerfully.
Municipio, la clica, el programa.
Claro. ¿Y cómo identificabas tú a tu ganado? Tú no puedes declararle la guerra a un enemigo que no conoces. Y lo que te estoy demostrando es que a este enemigo lo llegamos a conocer a detalle.
I feel like Bukele would be proud of the way he said that. Like stern confidence. And know the enemy, I feel like, is one of the laws of power. It's definitely something to point out, like that man did.
Su cara, sus expresiones son poco expresivos. Y frente a las cámaras y todo, este es el manejo público.
They're not too expressive. I can be not expressive, and I can also turn on expressiveness. Like, versus. Just depends where I'm at. I definitely wouldn't be smiling in prison. I'd be like this.
Yo te iba a advertir eso, que tuvieras cuidado con los gestos y con la mímica.
Sí, eso es.
Their faces being covered completely is crazy. How deep they are into that gang philosophy, you know?
Son psicópatas. Y gente que no puede vivir sin estar en un estado así.
Ellos subieron y vieron organizaciones, cómo se planteaban los bárbaros, cómo se planteó la mafia italiana. ETA cómo afectó a España ETA, cómo se planteaba ETA, qué células trabajaban, cuáles eran las que golpeaban, cuál era la política, etcétera, etcétera. Entonces nos vamos a gobernar esas 32 familias, las vamos a gobernar con 15 sillas. ¿Ya? ¿Y por qué 15 sillas? Escribe Mara Salvatrucha y cuenta la letra, son 15. Y estas 15 sillas eran las que daban las órdenes. Pero ese planteamiento de la MS en programa...
So there's 15 leaders, I think they said.
Al barrio 18. Solo que aquí viene lo que es el programa o el apellido de familia es la tribu y los hijos se llaman canchas. Obviamente ya en el negocio ellos tenían una familia o un programa que era el encargado de la logística, de traer la marihuana desde Guatemala, y había un programa o otra familia que era el encargado de la distribución y a la que fijaba el precio. Entonces, ¿qué pasa? Había una actividad gobernada por el corporativo criminal y había la actividad de extorsiones que era con lo que los hijos se mantenían, porque ellos tenían ingresos. Un homeboy tenía un salario, un chequeo tenía un salario, un poste, un paro, tenía un salario.
Antes que nada, ¿de qué pandilla eres?
Soy pandillero de la 18.
18. ¿Y hace cuánto tiempo que estás en el CECOT?
Tengo aproximadamente 7 meses.
¿Entraste directamente al CECOT o entraste desde otro penal?
Entré de Ciudad Barrio, vine para acá. Sí, tuve 23 años preso.
23 años.
Sí.
Damn, I'm 25. So since 2002 or 2001.
¿Con cuántos años entraste en la pandilla?
Entré de 20 años, tengo 50. Bueno, yo...
Yeah, man. I'm 25. He went to prison when he was 20. It's a roll of the die. Could have easily been me.
Las pandillas empezaron a cambiar, empezaron a quitarle vida a gente inocente. Fíjese que cuando uno anda haciendo cosas...
Yeah, when you kill someone, you cross that line, it's a different person at that point.
Con el tiempo, las edades, los años que a uno le van cayendo encima, pues uno empieza a analizar.
I feel like that's always been the difference that changes you, you know? Throughout history.
Disculpa, pedir perdón, eso no les va a traer a los seres queridos que tal vez están fallecidos.
Also, really, I guess I'll pause it here really quick. 2048. So he said he's lost a lot of family members, probably referring to like gang members as well that he considered family and actual family members. A really interesting juxtaposition I feel like that goes unsaid is that in today's time, there's not too many people that have lost family members to that great extent that he's talking about. If I was still over there, I'm sure I would have had a lot more like dead friends and I would have gone through that a lot more. But here, living here, it's very rare that I hear that one of our family members passes, not even once a year, maybe like once every 2 years or something, but it's never been someone super close to me. I feel like that's part of the American experience, is like the safety and the longevity, that you don't have too many people close to you that pass. I'm speaking mainly of my own experience and the experience of my friends, my close friends, even the people that I know. And I feel like that's a really big turning point in someone's life that makes them reflect. I haven't had that experience personally of having someone really close to me die and have it really affect me. So just to juxtaposition myself with him, he probably had that turning point in his life, especially with killing someone, homicide, right? And losing people. Those are two like canon events that shape a person. And I haven't been exposed to that. which I'm grateful for, but could have easily been me if I was given a different deck of cards.
Puede tener en haber hecho cosas en el pasado. Los jóvenes de allá afuera, ellos cada mañana que se levantan, lo primero que hacen es abrazar a su mamá.
It's crazy that he talks about hugs after being in jail for 20 plus years. And I'm able to give my people, my loved ones, hugs, but I don't, because it's taking things for granted. And I'm guilty, definitely guilty. I want to give more hugs to my loved ones, but yet I don't. And it's like a cultural and a personal issue.
La intención por lo menos es que estos presos van a estar aquí de por vida. Ninguno va a volver a estar fuera del CECOT nunca en su vida.
You guys should definitely let me know if I got these traits. If you can easily see me being in there too.
La reinserción debe hacerse, desde mi punto de vista, con equipos multidisciplinarios, psicólogos, psiquiatras.
And even though like my situation is a very interesting one because of my financial struggles, I know my parents are grateful for me not being in prison at the very least, you know. That would kill a parent for sure, having their kid in prison, especially because of homicide and stuff.
No es el plan. No es en este caso, ninguna de estas personas va a volver a salir nunca del CECOT.
Es correcto.
Entonces, como ya bien nos han confirmado, el plan es que estas personas nunca más, y además algunos veo bien jovencitos, y nunca más van a volver a salir de este.
Rehabilitation should be the main concern here, with like their mental health and trying to get them to be productive societal members eventually, instead of just keeping them in there. I know that's not what they're doing, but I know a lot of prisons, that's mainly what they do. They forget about the mental health of these prisoners, and a lot of them end up like killing themselves. And this prison is new, so we don't have that information on this prison, but that's something that we should try to avoid at all costs.
Damos prueba al CECOT. Si hace los gestos de las manos de las pandillas, no hace falta.
Can't give up on them.
Al CECOT. Y algunos de estos presos me tiraban los símbolos con sus manos, me tiraban los símbolos de su pandilla, desde dentro. También yo tenía la policía detrás, yo la policía no la veía, probablemente cuando la policía no miraba.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like tennis and being in a stadium. Everyone's looking at you. But these are all gang members and killers.
Y tirándome los símbolos de la pandilla. Somos de las primeras personas en el mundo en entrar en el CECOT. No sé, impactante.
Y nos convence que debemos desarticular con más fuerza de la que ya estamos aplicando a estos grupos terroristas que no van a descansar y van a seguir trayendo zozobra y luto para el pueblo salvadoreño si no los detenemos.
I know that a lot of it is education too. Like they just don't have the information of the history of their country and the history of like the human beings, human species. The story of us, I think, is so important. And if like they knew more about their position compared to history, it would give a really good perspective.
Que tú conociste y el CECOT.
Una, el tamaño del CECOT.
I think they should teach history maybe in the prisons, because that's helped me a lot, especially in my hard times. Yeah, that prison is crazy. Very well built. Obviously a lot of planning behind it. They probably have redundancy built in. I know I've seen it with that double wall guarding the perimeter of it. So not only do they have to escape one wall, but the redundancy is there to escape an even harder wall. And they probably don't even know what that looks like until they try to escape, which is part of their strategy, I'm assuming, as well.
Quieras o no, los 60,000, los 70,000 que están en la cárcel van a necesitar programas de reinserción, sí o sí.
Okay, they are reinserting.
a reinsertar y los que no pues van a terminar quedando ahí, pero yo creo que
that was a good way to end the video because those are the questions that I wanted answered.
de convivencia y
if you twist and change a couple variables in my life, easily that could have been me in there. And now with that perspective, I find this fascinating. I don't know if anyone else does, but it's like outside looking in, because I would have been inside looking out, thinking like, man, I could have been in the United States under different circumstances and I wouldn't be in this prison, and I would basically be a completely different person, and voila, I'm here. That's my current position, and whatever I'm going through isn't as bad as other people's existence and experience. So I'm grateful for this opportunity to show my perspective as a Salvadorian-American here in 2024. If you like this, yeah, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.